Okay, this is a very cool reading. Whatever those images of parts of animals that you resonated with, those are the animals that have a big message for you about this thing that you're working towards manifesting or overcoming. But that next level of yourself, this highest version, that most abundant freaking version, what do the animals want to share with you? And hi, I am Cara Elizabeth. I am the author, illustrator, and creator of Animal Apothecary card deck. So obviously we're using Animal Apothecary, but we're also going to be using a couple cards from my new card deck, which is the Body Tech Manifesting deck, using the technology and wisdom from our own body. And why are we using that in this animal reading? Because we are biological creatures too. Our body we're animal as well. Okay, so if you're ready, scroll on over, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and let's get started. Pile 1. Wow. Okay, number ones. I am refilming this. We have the radiator in the background, which means for me that there is a big message trying to come through to you in your life. But there is distraction, there is outside distraction, but it is a very, very important message that, listen, your reading and what I've just kind of understood is completely, this is a very different reading from the other readings. The fact that it's number 1 and that I did all of them and decided that number 1 just was like not feeling right. But let's just start with what animal started it all, with the original reading. And it was the starfish. Keep trying. What is this whole story about? The story is about this maiden who has this prayer, has this something in her, knows there's more for her life. Just everything, it's like in her DNA, but she's so, her traumas, her pains, her things debilitate her. They've programmed her. They make her not believe in herself. They make her see through the eyes of some shame, something that's not real. And everything in her heart, understand, she sees what's wrong with herself. She begs life. She prays to the stars above to heal so she can fulfill her purpose. And her purpose is something epic, and she doesn't quite know what it is, but she knows it's huge. And everything in her knows, if I can just heal, then I can align with my purpose. So she goes to every healer in the land. She seeks every shaman, every guru. And as she keeps looking outside of herself, she keeps praying to the stars, please heal me so I can fulfill my purpose. Years go by. Nothing happens. She's not healed. So finally, out of the stars that she's praying to, the light that she's praying to, the stars grant her and give her from the stars a starfish. And the starfish falls upon from the night season, and she sees it, and she doesn't really know what am I doing with this? But everything in her heart is like, oh my God, this is my gift from the stars. This is my gift from the light. And this is going to heal me so I can live my purpose and share my gifts with the rest of the world. So she's with the starfish and, nothing happened. So she's like, oh, I have to be one with the starfish. I need to dance with the starfish. So she dances and does the dance medicine with the starfish. She poses like the starfish. Nothing happens. I know. I need to wear it as a crown as I dance and embody myself as the starfish, wearing it as a crown. Nothing happens. She's okay, but where does a crown dance and sing sing to the praises, sing to the stars about the starfish. So she's dancing, she's standing like starfish, she's wearing the crown as the starfish, she's singing. Nothing happens. And she's getting pretty like, God, like nothing, like come on. And finally she is like, oh, I know what to do. I have to take a bite of a piece of this starfish and become the starfish. I have to embody literally the starfish. So she takes a bite, she honors the starfish, she holds it, and as she ingests it, nothing happens. And at this moment where she sees nothing happening, she reflects on all the years that she also was seeking for help, that she was looking to everyone, every healer, every shaman, every guru to heal her so she could live her purpose. And for years and years, she prayed and prayed and prayed, feeling like nothing was answered. And then to be given the star from the stars, the starfish, it was like nothing, like it was like I did everything with the star, and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and you still, there's nothing. So she's so heartbroken. She takes the starfish and she flings it into the pond before her. And she weeps and she weeps and she weeps because the only thing she ever wanted was to fulfill her purpose. So as she's crying and weeping and forsaking the stars, like, why would you even give me this taste of the possibility of my healing so I could fulfill my purpose? And she's crying and she hears this fluttering in the water. And she looks over and she looks at the starfish that she had taken a bite out of. She took a bite out of its arm. She looks over and she sees that the starfish's arm is growing back. It is self-regenerating. And she stands up and as she looks at the starfish's arm regrowing, healing itself, she's almost weakened and falls back and understands how the starfish is its own healer, is its own shaman, is its own guru, that there was nothing outside of the starfish to heal it. It was its own self that could heal itself. So she has this epiphany and looks to the stars with such almost just like mystery of just like the genius of this gift that they gave her was nothing that would actually, fix and heal her, but it was a mirror reflection sharing with her that she was the one that was she was her healer, she was her shaman, she was her guru, and she was the one that was going to heal herself so she could manifest and align with and fulfill her purpose and fulfill her highest potential. So this was the card from the last reading that I don't think I really honored the intensity and the meaning of this card and what that could mean for you at this moment in your life. Your wish, and let's think about this, the wish is granted, right? The starfish, the star, like you're the star, okay? And life has been teeming with you, but the whole point was that you are here to discover that you're the one who's going to do it. You're the one who's going to figure it out. You're the one that's going to heal yourself. And in this, See, why does it say keep trying? Because this chick tried a million trillion different things, and she had to try all these different things to come to the realization. She would have never taken a freaking bite off a starfish in a trillion years if it wasn't like, oh my God, what is the thing that's gonna like save my life and heal me so I can fulfill my purpose? So even every kind of, everything that you have been working toward and trying that felt like it just didn't work, it didn't fix you, it didn't heal you, it didn't come to fruition, you didn't get the thing, it doesn't freaking matter, because it is all happening and you're in the process of figuring it out. Now, there is the other bird, and in my idea, I haven't made the thumbnail for the YouTube video yet. Like, how am I gonna put a mythological creature? I don't know. Maybe I'll use fire. Okay, phoenix. So you have been going through, the fire, the flames of fire, the tests, the difficulties. You are a person, you freaking know suffering, okay? And whatever stage you're at right now, and to get to this star, look how close Phoenix is to getting out of the fire. You are not this version anymore, okay? You have gone through all these layers and these levels, okay, of hardship, and it's leading to Phoenix. Okay, first of all, look how much bigger Phoenix is compared to the human silhouette. It's this idea that there is some like abundance of liberation in your true self, because the color means there's this self-expression that is going to be like you're fully aligned with yourself. You're fully aligned with your authentic self. Do you see the radiator just stopped? Like you are, all of this and all of the noise and all of the crap is leading you to align with who you freaking are. And in this, there's going to be a couple of, your Phoenix talks about you're in this in-between time. You're right before you get to this next level of yourself, this next level of this thing. But what is coming for you is you standing so freaking deep in your power. Tiger, okay? Tiger is coming to you, claiming your power so freaking hard. And then the softness of this cute little baby pig who's like, I'm lovable, I'm respectable, I'm worth it, I am so freaking cute, like, and I'm freaking abundant. I'm not the piggy getting money put in it. I'm coming out of money because it's like you like are that freaking abundant. So there's this interesting hard and soft, like you just instantly respect Tiger. Like no one messes with Tiger, like, cause duh, like, but there's this instant freaking respect. And it's not out of like, oh, I'm afraid, so I'm gonna like respect this person because I'm actually scared of them, so I'm gonna pretend to respect them. No, it's a true respect, because what is happening for you is this falling in love with yourself in this compassionate way, and like this integration. Because Pig talks about, his dichotomy is that he's one of the most valuable creatures. If there's a starving village, you can feed 120 people with pig. You can, eat every single part of a pig. They're used in certain cultures as a dowry, yet like pig is used as such a derogatory term and seen as like so gross and filthy, yet it's like smarter than dogs and could be a great pet. So there's something about these different aspects of yourself colliding, like finally everything, because like crazy freaking immense growth, whatever you've been going through, like the most you have been growing so much. And again, vulture speaks to us about this, like a death is coming, an old self. Okay, we have scorpion fly, this old aspect of you that you have been, it's almost in a way that she was playing the victim role, even though she was trying, and even though she felt like something was wrong with her, okay? And this version of yourself, before she realizes that she's the healer, she's the shaman, she's the guru, she's the one that will figure it out and manifest her biggest dreams that seem too big to be true. You're manifesting them, but like this transformation that's happening is giving death to this old version of you who doesn't honor, who can't see how powerful they are, and who hasn't integrated. Like it's or it's like the death is kind of helping this integration happening. So the really beautiful message that this is leading into is that dragonfly and nightingale. Okay, so dragonfly is, depending on like the specific species of the dragonfly, can be underwater for 4 to 7 years. And it has no idea that it's meant for this freedom of flight and reflecting rainbows on its wing. So there is something about this thing coming for you better than you can imagine that aligns with you being inspired from source. Okay, so the sun is source, a metaphor, God, source, okay, light. And you're actually taking in, it's not you. I'm sorry, anyone who does anything amazing, it's not you. You're channeling your art, your science, your whatever. That's the amazingness of you becoming an open vessel to channel that. So dragonfly's wings aren't rainbows. It reflects the light of source. So there's something that's saying that like this next level of you is going to be channeling, is going to be reflecting, is going to be inspired using this like wisdom and inspiration from like the light from the source and sharing it with others. And then what does that mean? Unknown gift. I don't know. Unknown gift, Nightingale of Paradise is like, there is something right in the night season because they sing at night. And people used to go and like bring food and other musicians at night to just go to the park and listen to the nightingale sing and play along with the nightingale. So there is something about this gift of yours that has been created in your night season, that has been actually being created through all the hell you've gone through and all the tests and difficulties. This gift is coming out, like you transmuted it. This gift is coming out of it that is going to be magnetic and attract others to witness, to listen, to see you, and see how it's like the light coming out, the stars. I don't know, like there's something about you shining like a star, but also reflecting the light of like the source of all stars, the sun. I don't know, man, you're a star. Like you're a star. So, I will pull just because our bodies, we are also animals, so we're going to use the body tech deck. Just whatever wisdom, the body, the animal body the biological body wants to share. Oh. Assurance. This is like an assurance card. I always think of it like insurance card. Like assurance. It's more than just trust, okay? And like I saw this hanging out down here and I was like, I don't know, because it's not just trusting. It's not this blind faith. It's assurance. Like it's happening for you. Like, hello. Assurance is knowing you got the job because they called to tell you, okay, can you come in on Monday to fill out the tax thing, and like, you know, we can scan your ID so we can get you started. That's assurance. It's not, so you are being asked to stand in assurance and this hand movement, so you can make up your own assurance, but there's something where you can like go into some kind of movement and channel your future self who has freaking manifested this thing, and you see them holding their hands like this and you embody that hand movement, or if there's another movement you want to do, I really don't care. This is you. And you're just like, you're assured, this is happening. I'm the version of me who's becoming that version of me. I am the version of me who is, you know, manifesting into that version of myself. I am just the in-between freaking time. So it's happening, assurance. This is like a really freaking cool card, and it really doesn't come out that much. All right, so number one, I did it. I redid it, and I'm really glad I did. And it all started with keep trying. And do you see, I had to film it again. And it was like you're reading the first time, and I mean it was pretty good, but something just felt like, I don't know. I know when readings are on and when they're like, oh, that was okay. This one was on, my friends. So I'm really excited. If you chose number one, definitely write it in the comments if you chose number one. And if you're interested, if you have gone through tests and difficult, like trauma, below you can sign up for my workshop right currently as I make that. It's only $33. It's you can watch it now. It is Trauma Gold, and it is teachings of how I transmuted my trauma into my purpose. And I literally took the hell of being sexually abused as a kid, and I created Animal Apothecary to heal myself after 18 years of complex PTSD from being sexually abused as a kid. So the workshop's pretty cool. It's easy, it's simple, and I teach these 3 different modalities of what I did every day for a couple of years, and I totally healed myself. So check it out if you want. Trauma Gold, link below. And Car Elizabeth Speaks. It's funny because it's on the bottom. Transmute and Triumph. Listen, if that was a sign for you, if you're like, should I take that workshop? Anyways, I love you guys. I'm so glad that I kept trying and I redid your reading. All right. Peace, world peace. Number 2, get your water, because you guys are in that quantum jump phase, but the whole like toggling between the 2 versions of yourself, or the past and of the newer version, and it's just this like, so you got to drink a lot of water. And I love to add organic aloe vera to my, it's just so good for detoxing and just like flushing out. So let's just get to the point. Who is first on the scene for you guys? Grasshopper. The quantum jump, okay? But there's a story going on. You are simultaneously dealing with a death of this, so scorpion fly. So we have, you guys have like, I love it, the 2 insects. You have grasshopper who only jumps forward, right? It doesn't go backwards. It doesn't go side to side. So this is saying you're in this moment, before you fully take this leap into really solidifying this next level of yourself. And it's shaky, right? Like you've been working on healing and working on those things for years, and you've made little headway, but you've held the consciousness, changed it a little bit, but held the consciousness of this old self. And you just, for whatever reason, even though you've been trying for a long time, just like weren't ready to kind of like, break the ceiling, the glass ceiling, to get to this next level of you. But congratulations, because this moment, this period in your life is the moment where the shifting is happening, and it's been going on for months. And there's like also anything that has been really difficult is great, because it's actually like speeding up certain things that old version of you would have taken years to heal from. So in this, so let's just, so you understand why scorpion fly is coming to you. Scorpion fly comes when there's a dead corpse. So scorpion fly is relaying to you that there is this dead, I think it's actually dying. I don't think your old self has fully died and transformed and transmuted, but the animal that is coming to assist you with this dying process, in order that it doesn't just turn into another ism, it turns into your greatest self, is pig. Oh my God, there's just so much love. There's so much compassion. There's so much cuteness. And like, it's this kind of, you're having these moments, right? Because you're in this quantum jump moment, that you see this confidence, you see that level of your next self, you see that power within yourself, and you embody it and you are it. And then you just get like, something happens and you fall back into the old self. And like the medicine with this old self that really does need to be put to rest, but it's not like you're dying, it's over. It's so it can be reborn into this like into this thing that you're working toward, or you're kind of toggling between that confident self, that thing you're manifesting. So now that you know these two sides, right? Like it's almost like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like you see these versions of yourself, and it's really, just get your water. Just get water. Just please, because you are changing so much. And the biggest thing you can do for all this electrical, biological chemistry within you that is changing, and it needs extra power. The water is the thing that is not only helping detox out old things, but just like keeping the electricity going, because you are transforming rapidly. Okay. But little pig, it's this seeing that old self that feels self-conscious, that feels not good enough, that feels unworthy, that feels stuck at a certain level. Now that you've kind of have these two versions of yourself, you have this more confident version of yourself. You're being asked every time you fall into the old version of yourself, that is dying, and that will come and hijack you even more because it doesn't want to die. What is really also going on is all it needs is love. All it needs is for the version of you. So like, think of your future self who's fully embodied in their power. How would they treat this person you've been for the past year? Oh my God. They would have so much compassion, and not only compassion, but thinking the living daylights out of your existence, because you're the only way that they could become that freaking epic version of themselves. You're the one that has like everything that you have gone through and done. You're the one. Oh my God, you're the one. Like, do you get it? You're the one that is, so you can be that other version. You're just this version now. So there's this kind of, when you get sucked into the old self, instead of, oh, now I'm this, and now I feel like a victim, and now I'm not good enough, and now when I like look in the mirror, even though I thought I was pretty 10 minutes ago, now I'm old and gross looking. Like that, you know, that mind game, it's like that version, one, has always only ever wanted your love. But you're being blessed with this moment of this quantum kind of like back and forth, right? You're in between two worlds right now. You're almost embodying that version, okay? You are so freaking close. Get your water. But like, because you can now start feeling what it feels like to embody and to be this more expansive version of yourself, you have to come so hard with compassion for this past version of you that, you know, you've been for a while, and they have gone, and that version of you has really like suffered. They've really gone through it. And your love and compassion and gratitude that like, oh my God, everything that you have gone through, everything that you have endured is literally so I could be this fuller version of myself. How can you not love that? How can you, you know, for some of you, you're the version of yourself that fell on the sword, okay? So that your future version can be like way more, you know, in their true self and embodying their purpose on this new level. So in this before time, Armadillo comes and says, okay, you are about to shine. But what is happening right now is, see how Armadillo wears this like coat of armor? This is like protection. This is boundaries. So there is something about your self-care during this time and you cultivating your own light. What does that look for you on every level? Like, what is your communion with source and your prayers? What is your like, you know, mental hygiene diet where, you know, you're really kind of, okay, those are negative thoughts, not going to go there. What are your conversations with people? Are they uplifting? What is your, you know, your speech? Are you belittle, like everything that is like, you have this precious light, okay? And you're about to shine. That is what Grasshopper is jumping into the shine, right? But you're in this middle time, like you're about to shine. You're all in this, like you're in this middle thing. So in this, before you shine, the other thing with the nurturing yourself and the caring for yourself is this, like, you know, boundaries. Your boundaries. Like, are you in a relationship with someone who doesn't like honor what you really want? This is just a random example. If you are, would your future self, who is in their most powerful self, would they be with someone like that? Probably not. So you have to start making decisions that your future self wouldn't, you know, be doing. And I don't mean like, yeah, go quit your crummy job, because you will at some point, but it doesn't mean just like go make that thing happen right now. But like, how are you dealing with maybe certain toxic situations? Do you immediately go to victim mode and feel like, or do you use your voice? And just think about these things. Your boundaries are such a big deal right now, and your boundaries are actually a assistant. It is a medicine in getting you to jump into this other version of yourself. So, it's funny because the other card that came out, Lion, the Cowardly Lion, who is then transformed into the courageous lion. And I was asking about, what is this quantum jumping into? And for me, the answer came that no, it's still there's this toggling, right? So you're going to jump into the most courageous, the most confident version of yourself. But the irony is that the Cowardly Lion was the most courageous lion the whole time, even though he was seeking the thing he wanted outside of himself, right? I want the badge of honor when I get to Emerald City, and I'm going to go on that scary yellow brick road pathway to get it. And on that scary yellow brick road, he had courage the entire time. So it's this, you're kind of both of these things at the same time. You are having this embodiment of this next level of yourself, and then falling back into those old stories. And we said, the one of the biggest medicines is love for and compassion for the part that is the cowardly lion part, or the not good enough part, or the ugly part, or because we have to honor, okay, I actually want to see what animal wants to come speak to us about that part that's having a really hard time. And what we can tell, what do the animals want to tell us about what that part that feels not good enough, scared, ugly, the dream is too good to be true? What is that? What does the animal want to tell that? I mean, it could just be our hurt child inside, but what animals want to come forth and speak to that part? The part, okay, there's 3. All right, tiger, ostrich, and raven. So, boundaries, sacred boundaries. Need I say more? We just spoke about this with the boundaries. So there's something about your boundaries that are so important. And, tiger, he, in the jungle, he's gonna say no to living near other tigers in the neighborhood. He's gonna say, yes, I want to live near water. So it's not just saying no to the things that aren't awesome. It's actually going for and asking for what you want. So boundaries are really important. It's almost it's so crazy, because it's is this part of you dying, or are you teaching it new programming, right? If you're teaching it boundaries, you're teaching it to stick up for yourself, you're teaching it to take care of itself, you're teaching it to love itself. Yeah, it's the rebirth, it's the death and rebirth. Okay, and then the ostrich says that the way that we're maybe even understanding when we get triggered, and when that old self comes up, or the hurt child, whatever that program is, we look at it in this really negative way, right? Because this could look oh, it's an ostrich with its head on the ground. But there is a reason those parts are getting triggered in you right now. And it's because it's facilitating a kind of growth that you're not really aware of right now. Because ostrich is actually just turning her egg over in the sand. It's turning its egg to ensure that it comes into, its birth in the most healthy way. So there is some kind of, even in these moments right now that you are having a really hard time and getting triggered and it feels like the old self is coming, to be aware that that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. That's so beautiful. And yet more compassion about that, because I think we like hate it, right? Like, I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to feel like a victim. And Ostrich is saying, one, you're not a victim, but you getting triggered right now and that part coming out is actually good, because it's helping facilitate, give birth to something. And that Raven and Spider come, you know, this whole story with Raven and Spider is that Raven was so scared and resisted Spider, and Raven had these big dreams, but Spider was the one who could weave them into materialization. So I almost think like the parts of you having a hard time with like those old self part coming up and the trigger coming up, that although we can't understand why, that like it's all okay and it's a part of this bigger thing, and don't resist it, because it's like there's some kind of manifestation coming out of it. Now, what does the aspect of us who is like fully in that, you know, the open embodied aspect of yourself want to share with you about, like, I don't know what that is or what to work on? You are what you think. Flamingo. Flamingo starts off white and it turns pink after, like, I think it's like 3 years of eating pink krill. So you are what you eat, but you are what you think. So just like it's in you, right? The courageous lion is like, you already are it. Like, you are what you think. So like, you might as well illuminate and see yourself as these amazing things. Like, you are that version of you already. You already are it. And then one last card from the body tech deck to just connect with our own cute little animal bodies and just ask our own little cute little, why the cute? Because this guy, it's so cute. Our cute little pig body. What wisdom does our body want to share with us in the midst of this birth and death and rapid, like, growth into this more expansive version of ourselves? I am the abundance. Kubera Mudra. These three. Bingo, bango. So, do you see the blue? I was at a birthday party and there was blue cake. Okay, so, yeah. Well, who were we asking? We were asking the aspect of us who's fully stepped into their expansive, most like the thing, the manifestation, and they were just like, I am the abundance. So what we have to kind of look forward to kind of fully embodying in this next level is, it's not like I am abundant. I am the abundance. Like, really honoring that you are, like, you are everything. You are part of everything. You are the universe. You are everything. You are the freaking abundance. Like, you, and what so coins, look at coins. Okay. So it's almost like this level of value for yourself. It's funny, whenever I talk about this card, I love when I get new realizations, especially because this is a new deck and I need to get all the realizations I can when I start writing out these meanings. But this is, it's like you connect to your own value and you see your worth. Like, you are the gold, you are the coin, you are the money. Like, you are this freaking abundance. I love that. And I think, you know, this next level of yourself is just really valuing yourself, Wouldn't that feel good to like really value yourself? And one more animal for fun. Yeah, okay. So nourishment while waiting, just like this. So baby hawk, you're going to be big hawk. The little cute mouse is this idea of like the nutrition. What do you need right now? So this card asks us, how does baby hawk become big hawk, right? So what things is the future version of yourself doing? Are they eating right? Are they working out? Did they save money? Did they, take an improv class to get over their fear in front of, speaking in front of people? Did they, I don't know. What is it, the version of you who is in their abundance and their value and who is living their life? Just start with doing some of those things. Like even like one thing I've noticed, and this is just my own example, like I feel like I'm doing a lot of things that my future self would do, and I've recently had to use some boundaries and end some things that was pretty painful, because I'm like, the future version of myself wouldn't put up with that. So great, I have to like address this, and not, and not be a part of it in order to become my future self. Like I have to take the action she would take in order to become my future self. But then, going on day to day, and I'm pretty much feel like I don't know what else she would be doing, but I noticed that there's like really annoying to-do lists, like the things I don't want to do. Like I have to call Mohila, my school loan, and like try to figure out if, let's not even get started on the school loan, but like, maybe there's something with like, can it be lowered? And that just seems like, oh my God, I'm going to be on the phone for 1,000,000 hours and no representative is going to be able to like, whatever. I come up with all these stories and it's like, no, just call, just do it. Right. So it's like, okay, I plan like tomorrow I have free time. I'm going to call. Okay. And then there's another to-do list thing that I really don't want to do. And like, just in that realm of like all these, like, I was like, oh, my future self like can handle annoying tasks and like gets the things done so she can feel like relief and focus on all the things she loves to do. So my current self is like, okay, I just have to do those like annoying tasks that I don't want to do. Because that's something that my future self just bites the bullet and adults up and does it. All right, friends, thanks for listening to me about my life too. I'm in it with you. And I love you so much. And also, I just wanted to share that below is a link to my Trauma Gold workshop, which is a workshop for transmuting your trauma into your purpose. And it's taking what I have gone through. I was sexually abused as a kid, and then I dealt with 18 years of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And then when everything failed and no one could help me and heal me, I figured it out myself, and I transmuted and took all the energy of that suffering and trauma, and I transformed it into one of my purposes, which is animal apothecary. And I was able to kind of analyze what I did over those few years, and it's basically 3 techniques every day, 3 modalities of something to do every single day, and it completely changed my life. So if that sounds interesting to you, it's only $33 at this current moment that I'm filming this, and it's pretty cool, easy, available now. Trauma Gold workshop. And yeah, if you want to book a reading or sign up for my email list to know about when Body Tech is coming out, because you are the freaking abundance. And I'm Cara Elizabeth. I love you. World freaking peace. Number 3. Okay, friends. Number 3 is the one I also chose. And it's the coolest because it has one of the best cards. And it actually has this other card that's been following me. So we'll start with, I'm going to just start with the fact that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And it has seemed to feel like you're always almost there and you're never there. Okay? And you also have some gift that you are meant to share with humanity, and that you sharing this gift is actually a gift to yourself. It is medicine to yourself, and it is recreated. Like, you have this big purpose that you are meant to share. Sorry, deal with it. Like, you got a big freaking purpose you're meant to share with the world. And any of the BS malarkey fear around this thing not happening, the universe is like, dude, lighten up. Like, in a really kind of like, get over it. Like, it's time for you to get over it and honor how freaking cool you are, because you're on your destiny path. You know, so the bees pollinate 80% of the crop that humanity eats. Its purpose, its gift is like the service to humanity. Its whole existence is this huge gift that is, you know, cultivating 80% of the crop that humanity eats, which keeps our existence alive. This is like no small deal. Okay, so you have this big freaking gift that you're meant to share. You're meant to share it. Sorry, you're meant to share it. And it probably has to do with something that is uplifting humanity, but it's because you've been through hell. It's because you've had trauma. It's because you've been through all the darkness, right? King snake, non-venomous, eats poisonous snakes, turns the poison into nutrition. So you are here to transmute all your darkness and all your trauma and all your pain, because you're meant to lead people out of the freaking darkness, like the seeing eye dog, and show them to the light. And that in that, it is your medicine, but medicine for the world. And that all-seeing eye is life that is above you, below you, to your right, to your left, that is assisting you on this journey, that you're never alone, that you are created to do this thing, and that every freaking guide around you is teaming to ensure that you do. But boy, have you been through it, and boy, do you know hell, and boy, do you know suffering, and boy, do you know some deep, dark stuff. But because you know that, you're here to shine your light and upgrade humanity and heal humanity and illumine others to illumine their own selves. You are here. You are a light bringer. You are here to illuminate. You're an illuminator. And you've been trying for a really long time, but my friend, finally. It's just like tiring. Like, you've been doing this for a long time. And you have this vision of where you'd like to be, and it seems like you're never freaking there. And every time you feel like you're there, you're still not there. And it happens it's been happening for quite some time, that it feels like, oh, is this actually ever going to happen? But what you're being asked to understand is, through this time, you've been being prepared, that through this time of it not happening and getting so close to it, you've been learning all these lessons and all this wisdom that is allowing you to be able to share your gift with the world, to speak to the world. That if you didn't have all those times and this long time, that you would be too like naive or something. Like, you wouldn't be able to hold the level of this pressure that success comes with. And whatever you are worried about, life, this is the joke card. This is from the body tech. It's like, lighten up, dude. Like, it's all, like, you're good. You're more than good. You're almost there. So, you know, if you have some fears around whatever, go literally, because this deck is all about embody the metaphor. You know, you are the technology. We are the thing. Go stand next to a light and just speak out loud the fears you're ready to illuminate, the fears you have to shine light on those things. Turn on a light as you speak it out loud. Embody it. It's like a ritual. Like you're actually, you know, acting out the thing where you're letting go of the fears, you're letting go of the worry, you're letting go of the insecurities, you're saying all the things and you're turning on the light and you're illuminating them and you're turning light on them. So you've been almost there for what seems to be forever. This one, and I don't even know what. Okay, so your highest self, owl. White owl is your highest self, okay? Or any owl. Owl is representative of your highest self. It sees in the dark. It sees what can't be. It hears things from so far away. It can almost turn its head all the way around. It has the bird's eye view. You know, it's like sees everything in the dark. And like this idea that you can't like fully see how this is all playing out, you're leading yourself there. Like, this is cool, right? Because you got like life on your side. You got the great mystery and all your guides with you. But it's almost like your biggest guide, and I think it's your biggest lesson in this life, is it's you. Like your highest self. It's almost like, yeah, how do I explain this? Like, yeah, all the guides, all the things influencing you, all the inspiration, yes, it's there, it's there, it's there. But something about your mission in this life was to like realize that you have had your back this whole time, that you can trust yourself, that you're making this happen, that it's not some like mysterious thing, although those mysterious things outside of yourself are all playing. But it's almost like you're here to discover how freaking powerful you are and that you can count on you. Whoa. Okay. See, this is crazy. This is crazy. I do have two decks and sometimes they get mixed up. Okay, just like let's shut up and let's just go with it. I don't even know. Do you guys hear the siren back there? Like, I just don't even know. Like, I'm not, you can rewind and re-listen to what I just said, but that, I just, okay. Let's just get some wisdom from the body. Whoa. I'm also like, whoa, because I picked number 3 too. I love it! Yo. Write in the comments if you pick number 3. Or just put owl. What does their body want to share with us in this moment right now? Okay, the answer is in the block. So, one really powerful way for you, okay, so there's a lot of, you're leveling up, there's something that needs, like, you need to work with your body to get things out so you can get to the next level of you. So this is a somatic body movement that where you go, I don't want to lean on this because this is my painting, but you push as hard as you can, right? And you're pushing and you're thinking about the thing that you need to get over. You're thinking about the thing that's upsetting you. You're thinking about the heartbreak. You're thinking about whatever you need to let go of. And you're pushing, okay? You're pushing as hard as you can. And you'll start to notice your body starts to shake. And that is the release. So there's something about, there's a lot of intense energy and there's growth, and this energy needs to be directed out. And in that, the answer is in the block. It's also saying, so if you're going through something really annoying or challenging, it's also saying that like this thing is gonna work out, and it's happening. I think it's happening because you're at this like precipice of the end, like before you graduate to this next thing, you're learning lessons that are preparing you. So whatever is annoying, whatever is hurtful, whatever, there's something about like it's just learning. You're just learning something to prepare you for this next level of yourself. And one more animal. Yo, the owl though. Double owl. Focus on everything you're grateful for. And one technique is start getting grateful for the thing you're manifesting. Like really, think of that thing. And that's what, okay, yes, get grateful for what you already have, but like, have you gotten grateful for what you are manifesting? Like, are you like, oh my God, thank you that is my lover. Oh my God, thank you that this is my, you know, I'm getting paid to like be who I am. Oh my God, thank you that like I have healed this thing, and I look in the mirror and I feel beautiful and I honor myself. Like whatever the thing is, things are that you're working towards manifesting, get grateful. Because it's like this magnetism, this magnet that brings in all that prosperity in material and mystical level, the love, the all of it. So yeah, number 3, we're just gonna leave it at that. Not to mention that you got the best card in the deck. Not to mention that it's all happening, so chill out, my friend. Also, if you guys are interested, if you have gone through like quite a bit of intensity traumas in your life, I'll link below my Trauma Gold workshop, and it's at this moment of reality while I'm filming this, it's only $33. You can watch it. It's like 2 hours or something, and it shows you the techniques that I have used to transmute my trauma of sexual abuse into animal apothecary, like what I've kind of done over the past couple years to come out of 18 years of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and these daily routines of just a few things that I implemented every day that has completely transformed my life and allowed me to use the energy of my trauma and turn it into my purpose. So if that feels cool to you, it's only $33. Okay, Cara Elizabeth Speaks, my website, my Instagram, TikTok, Animal Apothecary on Amazon, Body Tech. Whenever I finish, it'll be out. I love you guys. Oh, peace.